what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
Hello and welcome to my Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick, and yeah, just here to hang out tonight, see what's on everyone's minds if anyone comes through. Don't expect too many people because I'm just returning back on YouTube, so I'm sure I am not on people's alerts. Pretty much, you're not getting the notifications of what's going on here. And that's fine. It's understandable. It's like kind of starting at zero again. And that's fine with me. Tonight, I have a special shirt that I got from a friend of mine and a really cool friend of mine. He's also a YouTuber on here. His name is Tyson De La Cruz. And I got the Gulf of America shirt. This is my Gulf of America shirt. And it's with Trump sitting on the beach, chilling, looking at the Gulf of America. I thought that shirt was like priceless and I had to get it. And I like the color on it too. So, Tyson, thank you very much. I'm rocking your shirt tonight on the show. Give him a shout out if you guys would like. Head over to his channel, Tyson De La Cruz, and on YouTube, and you can catch up on current events, especially what's going on with the government and certain people. He does his daily reporting and so forth, and it's pretty interesting, pretty cool, awesome person. Yeah, I like to surround myself with good people, and he's one of those very good people. I got my medicine all rolled up, ready to go. Then light it up. It's time to light it up. Light up for the show. There's gonna be like an hour show. That's gonna be not too long. I'm trying to keep it to like an hour or two, but I think tonight's gonna be an hour. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a little longer. Maybe I'll do something in the morning and something in the evening. Don't got much to talk about because everything in the news is pretty much repeating its repetition. There's nothing new really. Well, there's some stuff new, but it's just, what's the point of talking about it if this every day is going to be something? So I thought I'll take it tonight a little easy and just hang out. Yeah, I may do an hour, maybe less tonight. I didn't get to go to sleep early last night because I ended up staying out here a little longer than expected. But I'm going to try to get to bed early. I'm trying to get to bed early and trying to wake up early in the morning and get myself adapted to doing that. It's a little hard, but I could do it. I just got to get to bed early. That's what the doctors tell me. Try to get to bed early. I was like, yeah, when you have, the health problems that I have, and I have insomnia, and I take medications and so forth, and it's not an easy battle. For sure, it's not easy. I would like to thank those who stopped by and rewatch the show. I truly appreciate that. I know the numbers are low right now. Like I said, I just got back onto YouTube, so I don't expect a lot of people to tune in. But hopefully, in due time, I'll have a good little crowd here. It takes time, especially coming back after a year hiatus. People think, well, a lot of people thought I was dead. I'm not dead yet. You'll know when I die. Trust me, you'll know. You'll know. I'll have someone put out a message if anything was to happen to me anyway. So it'll be posted on my last video. So anytime it's going to be my last video and you see a certain message on there, then you know I'm done. I'm gone to the next segment of whatever dimension that I go next, because I feel like there's no stop It's always something else. I don't know if I'm gonna be coming back here or where will my energy go next after this? What's next after life? You know, that's the biggest question that no one has an answer to. If we had an answer to it, um, I think people would treat life more precious because we're living in very special times and things are gonna get heated up. It's gonna. I just feel because there like the narrative from the media. They're still trying to push this race war. Like they're trying to divide the people, the whites and the blacks, and it's like a race war. It's like they want that. They're trying their hardest to start a race war, and they're throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. And the reality is that us individuals, people, we shouldn't be seeing color. We're all humans, so there shouldn't be, oh, because you're this color, you get these abilities, you get these certain perks or certain, like, no, everyone should be, and we're all created equal. And what happened to equality? Throw that shit out the window? Like, what happened to that? Like, I don't understand the race war and why they're trying to bring it back. I mean, they're trying to bring it back like how it was in the 50s and the 60s. They really want to bring this really horrible race. Like, that's the only cards they know how to play is the race card. And too bad that I'm neither white or black. I'm brown. I have Indian roots. I have Indian backgrounds, and I'm pretty sure that my roots will lead back to Africa some way, somehow. I've never done one of those ancestry things or those 21andMe, whatever, or 23andMe. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but I've never done any of those tests or anything, and there's a reason why I don't do those tests. Can't trust the people that are holding that data and that information, because you get a lot of breaches in the system, which means you get a lot of hackers that go after that type of information, and their success rate is pretty high. And for me to just willingly pay, this is the weirdest part, I have to pay $100 and something for them to tell me, supposedly through whatever form of, I guess it's a mouth swab. I don't really know how how they do it. I mean, it would have been better if you get a blood sample, but they do, I guess, the saliva, and then they could tell you your whole history. I don't know how that really works, but I'm sure it would be very interesting for me if I was to get that test done, because the way I came out this color, like this nice brown color, right? But if you see my parents, they're light skinned. They're both light skinned. Well, tan, because they're down in Florida and the sun gets to them. But they're tan, both of them. And my father's considered as white. And my mother too. My mother's light skinned. And I came out brown. So automatically there it says, am I the milkman's baby? That's what I was like when I was young. I was like, because I was heard about the milkman's baby. So I was like, am I a milkman's baby? I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. But you never know these days. You have to take a test to make sure that your parents are actually your parents. I could have been adopted from the freaking Everglades and taken away from like my true parents, or like probably Indians. I was probably abducted, and then my parents took care of me or whatever. But I don't think it was that way. I'm just talking. But you never know, man. These days, people are discovering that their parents are not even their parents. They're like, "Who the hell are you? If you're not my parents?" Like, yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. Um, it is what it is. Um, and it happens more than often because there's a lot of mistakes that happen in the hospital. Maybe I was a mistake. Maybe I was given to the wrong family. It's like, here's your baby. Like, we're light skinned. That boy's brown. That's a brown baby. That's not a white baby. It's like, we cooked them. We put them in the incubator and put them on some special UV lights, and we cooked them. We left them in there a little too long, and he came out brown. So here you go. Take him. Take him and take care of him. Yeah. I always question that because, like, seriously, like, if you see my father and then you see my mother, and you're like, then you see my color, and then you look at their color, you look at my color, and then my sister came out light skinned too. So it's like I'm very unique. I feel like I was born special. I came out a special color, special date of birth. Ended up being a master number 22 out of everything. Born January 21st. I was like, wow, how much more magical can I be? Let me do one of those DNA tests or an ancestry and find my roots and figure out where my roots come from. I'm very hesitant in doing that type of test. Like I said, it's all because of the security of because that information is very sensitive, and the fact that they could just go in and hack a system and get all your information doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well with me. So that's why I haven't done it. I really would love to do it because I would love to see what my roots are from, like where my ancestors are from. I know I have Indian Taino blood in me, um, and I'm pretty sure that my roots come from Africa somehow, or from Spain, or somewhere special. Who knows, right? Somewhere in this world, my bloodline is has been to many places I could see. I wonder. Don't you wonder, like, your bloodline and how, like, you got to this point? How many people it got to, all that fluffy bumping from way back then. You got all that fluffy bumping, and then it came to you, and then you're here. And now what? Now you're like, okay, I would like to learn the history. I would like to. The future is a question mark, but the past is already there. You just gotta, like, do the homework and find out. And I think I would like to do it, but like I said, my thing is that those companies are very, like, not reliant and not trustworthy, especially with sensitive information. Um, and I don't want my information to be sold, for marketing purposes. Like, can we just do the test and just tell me where my ancestors are from, and I don't need the other stuff. It's like, yeah. But I always wondered, like, my roots, and how did I get to here, to this point? Who fluffy bumped their way until I got here? And I tell you right now, the book stops with me. It stops with me on my end, but my sister, my niece, she's the continuation. So, for my niece, it's like if she has kids, and then like how everything's gonna play out, like the future. Future's gonna be it's gonna be a little roller coaster. We're not done with the ride yet. We still got a good ways to go, and I hope everyone's enjoying the ride because it's only gonna get a little bit more bumpier. This year, like I said, is like a transition year, and there's a lot of things happening this year. So the first things first was, we got Trump in office. He was elected back in office. That was a great first step, because it could have been different. And we could have been under a very hateful and one-sided administration that only seeks to destroy and self-benefit. Not really for the people. They like, I'm going to use their term that they use a lot. They gaslight us a lot, and you really never get the truth from that side, which is the Democratic side. You only get like, I know, you only get like stupid answers. You don't get the truth. You always get like this filibuster. Yeah. It's just weird, unique times that we're living in. And I'm so happy to be living now and witnessing everything. But we'll see what transpire. I mean, today Trump had a pretty cool meeting at the White House in the Oval Office, where they released some information on this new golden era protection dome. It's like a golden dome to protect the United States from any or ballistic missiles or any type of futuristic missiles that they choose to. If they're building it, it's because there is a credible threat of something trying to reach us here. I don't think North Korea is stupid enough to do that, but the Japanese were stupid enough to attack Pearl Harbor. So I gotta say, there are some stupid people in this world, and they will make stupid decisions that cause, a lot of harm to their people, innocent people. But the fact that the United States is very, attentive and willing to spend $500 billion on a system to defend the whole United States, I wonder what they really know. Would it protect missiles coming from space? Because once intercontinental ballistic missiles could possibly reach, space, at least into orbit, lower orbit, and then make its way back in and attack different cities in the United States with its payload. And they're gonna go after the big cities. They'll pick some small ones, but they will go after like the big ones. Los Angeles, Seattle, Nevada. They will attack Las Vegas. It's like, oh man, what the fuck do we do? There's some kind of vendetta against Vegas, but I've never been to Vegas. I would love to go to Vegas. I'm gonna make my way out there. I don't know this year. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I may make my way to Vegas. Um, oh, I just want to see, like, I just want to go sightseeing and check it out. Definitely don't want to go in the summer because I know it's too damn hot out there, and I've been out in the out that way before during the summer, and it's well, I was staying in Phoenix, but it was hot as hell. So definitely don't want to go to Vegas in the summer, but I do want to make my way out there. There's a lot of things I want to get accomplished, and going to Sin City, that's it'll be a great accomplishment to go. I don't think I'll gamble that much. I don't have the. It's not. It's the. What I don't like is like there's eyes on you at all times. Anything you do, anything you say is recorded in Vegas, and I don't want to feel comfortable like being under so much surveillance. And Vegas is overwhelming. It's a lot of casinos, a lot of like opportunities to blow your money, and you can win or you can lose. That's what gambling is about. Is you either win or you lose, and depends how much you lose is how you would treat your sanity. Because there's people that lose everything. They go there with their paycheck and hoping to strike it rich or somewhat, and in the process they end up losing everything, and that right there is called that's a gambling addiction. And there is help if you have a gambling addiction. Seek the help, and it'll be cheaper if you get the help. But there's people in Vegas, man. They're there every day and they're gambling every day. This is one person I watch, Vegas Matt. That's one individual that I watch on YouTube, which they put daily videos of them spending thousands upon thousands of dollars. We're talking about easily 20, 30, 40, $50,000 every day. Like, that's wild. All for entertainment purpose, because they get paid off of YouTube, and they have, they do have their merch that they sell and so forth, and they do make money. They do get money, but to see them waste it daily, there's some days that they come out winning. Like today, they came out, I think, winning like $15,000. Like they came out on the positive. Other times, I'm like, why? Like there was a time that they lost like over, like I think it was like 50 or 60,000. I'm like, 60,000 for an individual, shit. 30,000 for an individual could go a long way, and the fact that these people just blow it, like they just go through it, and they're like, oh, at least we got we got points on our card, so we got those valuable game points. I'm like, okay, you get points and stuff, and you get gifts, and you get all this stuff, but that's $60,000 gone. I mean, there's times that they make it up and they play and they do good, and I hate when they play blackjack. I hate blackjack for some reason. I don't know why. Blackjack gives me anxiety. It gives me really bad anxiety. I think the only game like I could play that doesn't really give me that much anxiety, I would have to say is roulette. Roulette doesn't really give me anxiety. I play it, it's kind of like luck of the draw, what number falls. I have many times, many times that where I play and I hit the number and I get the number and I'm like the only one and I'm like, yes, I got a nice little stack. I did that in Biloxi when I went to New Orleans. I went to a casino out there in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I went straight to the roulette table. I was having a good time. I took a couple of, I think, what was it, $500, and I went to their casino, and I ended up playing like almost, goodness, like 2-3 hours, easy, and I came up just winning $100, and that's a good night. I mean, I didn't lose anything. I ended up coming out $100 because I broke even on my roulette game. I broke even, and after I was done, I got I think I got like I had free play, and I put it on a slot machine, the free play, and I ended up winning $100 on a slot machine. I was like, look at this. So I got the ticket and I cashed it out. I was like, at least I won $100. It wasn't for nothing. I was like, I broke even. Sometimes it's breaking even is the best feeling. It's a better feeling than losing 500. I'll tell you right now. Losing 500, you be cursing everybody out like fuck you and your mother too. Motherfuckers. Like, what the hell my mom did to you? It's like, I don't care. Just fuck off. It's $500, man. And you got Vegas Matt. He plays that in like less than a minute. He plays $500. He plays $50 a spin. And in a minute, I wonder how many spins he gets in a minute. It's incredible. When they win, it's beautiful. But when they lose, you can feel the energy, their energy. And sometimes I don't like listening or watching to them too much. It's because like when they have that negative energy, it's like, oh, it's so dreadful. But when they have that good energy and they're winning, you can feel it. And I wish they had a little bit better personality. I mean, a more positive feeling. Let's see here. Yo, what's up, Albie? And what's up, Terry? How you doing? How you guys doing tonight? I'm laying low tonight, just talking a little bit here. It's good to smoke and talk because the medicine tends to get more into your system, and that's why I like doing these shows in the night and smoking my medicine. It's very helpful. I did it this morning. I did a little test run this morning, to see, and I kind of liked the morning. It was okay. It wasn't really morning. It was like 11:30. I did it, so it wasn't really morning. It was more like brunch. It's almost lunch. But I'm gonna try to do a morning show, like an hour show, and do something in the evening time too. Do like a double header and just share my thoughts and give my opinions on certain things, especially on the news or anything that crosses my path that I want to share. And I definitely would like to do that. But we'll see tomorrow how I feel. This morning I felt a little rough until not just to be honest, the pool from yesterday, the aqua therapy really kicked my ass. The next day, today, I was really tired this morning. I was extremely tired and I had to go back to sleep. I went back to sleep and I didn't get to wake up until a little bit past 11 a.m. I fell into a deep sleep and I didn't wake up till late morning, and I was like, damn, my morning's gone. So I took advantage and I did a little something that's like 30 something minutes. It was just a test to test out to see if it's a good time to start in the morning. I'll probably do another little test tomorrow just to see, like, it's like fishing to see if anybody comes through. So I'll just cast out there and see what I bring in and see what hooks on and pull it in and see if we could get some more interaction, because that's the fun part, is the interaction. Yesterday I had Tyson De La Cruz was here for last night's show, um, and it was pretty good. I'm gonna have him on here a little bit more. He's a really good dude to talk to and very knowledgeable and very relatable. Like me and him when we talk, it's good entertaining. It's good and it's very entertaining. But I'll try. I'll hit him up and I'll try to like work something out that he could come on here and we could share each other's thoughts and brainstorm together. But he's a cool dude, really cool. But it's a quiet night tonight. Let me see if there's anything going on the world. Let me say put this a little low because this thing be getting loud. TMZ, forget about it every single time. Yeah. TMZ is just a weird. They're all about stupidity. Let me see. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, and yeah, it's just a weird, really weird world. Yeah, that Diddy stuff is still crazy. I heard Obama's name was mentioned at court. Obama's name was mentioned. Usher's name was mentioned. That was another one. That was like it seems like it's like a roll call. Diddy's trial is a roll call of druggies. I think Kid Cudi was also was mentioned, and I think Kid Cudi is set to testify in Diddy's trial. So I think that's because Kid Cudi's name has been dropped several times, and in the witnesses' testimonies in the Diddy trial. So, but the rapper will soon take the stand, and he's gonna take the stand himself. He's gonna let it out. He's gonna speak of what he witnessed and what he went through, and how Diddy set up an attack pretty much on him and blew up his car, blew it up. Like, who blows up people's cars? I don't know. Is that something new these days? That, if you have beef with someone, you just blow up their cars? I don't think that's a nice thing to do. So, I mean, Diddy has gonna have his hands full. I don't see Diddy coming out good. I mean, if he comes out, that'd be horrible for society. But I don't think they're gonna let him out because the weapons that he had and the drugs that they found and the information they have on this dude and the criminality portions of the case is horrendous. But the feds they found are like AR-15s, and they had the serial number scratched, meaning they're untraceable guns. They've been tampered and modified, and having those type of weapons, especially a AR-15 with the serial number scratched, those are really deep felony charges. Those weapons charges are no joke, and they do stick. They do stick. Those they don't play with. And the drug charges and the RICO. That's, I mean, it's technically a slam dunk case. It really is. But they're gonna try to figure out a way to get this dude out. I hope they call Justin Bieber to the stand too. I really do, because the dude looks so disgustingly frail. He looks so sick. He looks so nervous that he has a feeling that they're gonna call him to court. He's gonna be like subpoenaed to come in, and he's like so nervous about it because he's reliving the memories of his childhood. He knows what went down. He knows what he had to do to get to where he's at. And I tell you right now, it was a lot of dicks. That's all. It took a lot of dicks. But like he says in his song, too late now to say sorry. Yeah. That Angel Reese person, that basketball person, because I'm going through TMZ right now. Angel Reese, horrible person. She's like one of the poster childs for the race war. She's really this, like, I'm telling you, I'm more blacker than she is. And she's trying to make it like a black and white thing. She has really tough beef with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark team destroyed her team by I think like 35 points. And this girl, she looks like a sloth, to be honest with you. She really does look like a sloth. And she's just the worst. Her personality, her attitude, her aura, energy is really toxic. Toxic energy. I wouldn't even want to be her friend. I wouldn't even want to do her reading. I'm like, get out of here. You're a horrible person. And then let me see here, because yeah, it's Diddy's body count as long the alleged sex workers, that body count is pretty high. But the people, the way they look, I was like, ew, Diddy got horrible taste. Unless they putting out the low level sex workers, because you would think if you had that much money and you were that big, you'll have better looking dudes than like really horrible choices of guys. It's like, oh, what Diddy was thinking? He wasn't thinking with his Tootsie Roll, was he? Because these guys, they look horrible. They look horrible. I was like, oh Lord, no way. Mm-mm. Diddy don't got no taste. Diddy is just, I don't know. That guy is just so fucking weird, man. And then the people that That case is just so weird. Diddy's just fucking weird. I'm just here reading about these damn elephants. I guess down in LA. I guess they snuck out the elephants early in the morning and they were shipped to Tulsa Zoo. They were on their way to Oklahoma, these elephants. Billy and Tina is two elephants. And they ended up sending them to another zoo. And the people are mad because, well, you know how the Democrats are. They get mad for anything. So they were calling for Mayor Bass to send them to a sanctuary. But they were sent to another zoo. And it's so sad because, you know, the LA Zoo really couldn't take care of them. You know, they didn't have the proper enclosure, and I'm sure those enclosures that they had were pretty small for them. And I guess I don't know what these people wanted. They wanted to send them to a sanctuary where they could run free and be free. And I mean, they don't have that many places like that. And you know, these zoos pay really big money for these type of animals to be displayed in their zoos. You know, those animals weren't free. You know, but it looks like Cher got involved in that case. Cher filed a lawsuit to stop Billy and Tina being secretly shipped from LA to Tulsa Zoo to be in another cage. You deserve the truth. Billy and Tina deserve freedom, says the piece. And this is what Cher was all about, up in arms about. I wish she had that much strength to share with the community and be like that with the community and help the community out there. I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are elephants, but humans deserve the same amount of love and attention. You know, how about helping the homeless people out there? How about getting them, you know, homes? And you could have, you know, all that money you spent for an attorney to write up some stupidness, you could have used that to help someone, house someone, and fed someone. You know, it's just this is all a stupid piece. You know what I mean? These elephants, they you know, they were sent to the wrong zoo. That zoo should have never had them, but you know, they gave them up and sent them to another zoo. And now it's another zoo's, you know, issues, not LA zoo anymore, because you know, but the people were trying to they're trying to sign a letter urging the mayor to help Billy and Tina. You know, last week a judge refused to issue a temporary restraining order to block the transfer. So, you know, people were spending money on stupidity. Um hey, Mary Wins, how you doing? Uh he was a kid. What do you mean, Daddy? Was it Diddy? Oh, Diddy's going down. Oh yeah, he was a kid. Yeah, Justin was a kid. Even Usher was a kid during those times. A lot of people are being called into that trial. That trial. Oh, I'm telling you, Obama's name got named today at court. Because I watched this Melody on YouTube, and she breaks down the case and she reads the transcripts of the case, and she's been doing a great job. I know she has a lot of work. That's guaranteed 8 weeks straight of work, and she's breaking it down into segments and reading out the transcript, and other people are doing it too. They're using AI to emulate the voices and take over like the script and start reading the scripts of, well, the transcripts of the case, and it gives it more of a, you can feel it more because you're hearing it, but it's coming from an AI, so it's AI voice generated, and it's so real. And the way the questioning and the way they like were questioning and interrogating, and it was very knowing that the kids got up and they walked out. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in the courtroom listening to my father dirty deeds in front of everybody. Like that's the worst. That's the worst thing to do. Like to your kids, is make them sit through hours upon hours of testimony and people talking about your father and how disgusting he was and what he did to them, the abuse he did to them, the attacks, the fighting, the punching, the drug use, the sex, and all this nastiness, the trafficking international. This is going international. This is going to be not only the United States, but this is also going to be like Europe has to get involved because he trafficked individuals from Europe. And he did a lot. Like, he did a lot. It's a miracle. Like he's, I don't, you know, it's just overwhelming. You know, because there's a lot of people involved, a lot of like underlining people too that are scared as hell, that are not here, like Ellen DeGeneres, and you got Rosie, and you got all these others that are leaving the country and trying to go to places where they know they'll be okay. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, okay. I hope they come to a good decision and we have closure with that case. And I hope the people that they do name drop and so forth, I hope they have to testify and put it on the record, you know, because what's more damaging than anything is putting it on the record and having it recorded and have it like down like this case is going to go down in history, and there's people who will be studying this case in the future, and how, you know, they like what happened, what was the, you know, the outcome, what the jurors were thinking. Like, I'm pretty sure if I was a juror sitting there listening to all this and having to feel the like the victim, having to hear their energy and speak out, you know, the truth, and you feel it, you feel the difference when someone's talking and their experience, and you can feel their energy by how they're talking. Like, you know, they're telling the truth. You just feel it, you know it, you know. And for me, I would make an awesome juror, but I can't know the case, you know, because if I know the person, I would not, you know, like they couldn't pick me for the Diddy case. Mm-mm. because I already know he's guilty. So I'm already going there premeditated. I'm going in there already predetermined. I already know he's guilty. I knew he was guilty a long time ago. I knew he was guilty before, like, when all this stuff was going down. I knew there was something creepy about him. I always knew. Always. I lived in Miami. I know. I've been to a lot of those clubs that they're talking about. I've been to all those places. Like, when I was young, yes, I was always out. I was always doing something, and I'm lucky that I didn't get caught up in that Diddy shit, because I could have easily been caught up in that. Um, but that would have been a nightmare. You know what I mean? I was like, thank goodness I didn't. I didn't get to go in that crowd. Like, nope. But those that got caught up, I'm telling you right now, it's in the thousands. There's thousands of people that are that been to these freak offs. There's a lot. Not only here in the United States, but in the Bahamas and all over the Caribbean, all over the world. Everywhere he went, he did something. And there was a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol, a lot of oil, a lot of baby oil. Yeah. And I see, like, because I can astral project, so I kind of see like what's going on, right? So what I see is, like, they take this oil, this lotion, whatever they use, the baby oil, and what they do is, oh, that's a new thing. My camera zooms in and out. Um, what they do is, they get a syringe, and this is medicine that they use, and they inject the medicine. The It's kind of like it's a medicine that's easily, like, absorbed through your pores, through your skin. So that's why, like, they check the bottles, and I'm sure, 100% sure, those bottles don't have medicine in it. They don't have the medicine in it, because what they used to do is, when they used to get the bottles, when they were going to use it, that's when they put the medicine in the bottles, and then they shake it up, and then they use that baby oil to give to certain people and so forth, and it'll fuck them up. And and a lot of them, and there's so many people, and I don't know why they're not coming out to talk about it. But many of them, they didn't even take nothing to drink, or no drugs or nothing. But then when they had the baby oil, they felt something, and they were just like too loose, and and doesn't take much to get affected. I mean, I have creams, like medication creams here for pain, that I use like a finger length of the medicine, and that I put it on my neck and my back, and it stops the pain in my neck instantly. Like, once I put it in and I massage it in, and I massage it for about a minute, and then I let it be, and the medicine penetrates my skin into the area that's hurting and numbs it out, and then I feel good. So that's something that's like, um let me see, hold on, let me put my phone, because I can't, that screen is big, but I need to get it closer to my face. So let me just use my phone so I can see the chat. Yeah, how you doing, girl? It's been a long time. I know, it's been a year. I've been gone. I don't like the robot so much. Justin was in court. 50 cents. Justin was in court. Yeah, Jenny. I know Jennifer Lopez is going to have to go to court. There's a lot of people. Like this is gonna get like more like A-listers are gonna be lining up because you got to remember they're just in their second week, so they got another 6 more weeks of this, and they're gonna call a lot of witnesses up and a lot of people. So I'm sure I'm not sure, to be honest, if Justin's gonna show up at court. I mean, I don't know. That's gonna hit. That's gonna if witnesses come up and start mentioning his name. If witnesses come up and start mentioning his name and mentioning his name like J Lo and mentioning other people like Usher, and then these people are gonna have to testify. If they mention Jay Z, because they already mentioned JC, they already mentioned Gloria Stefan and Emilio Estefan, the Stefans, because she witnessed someone getting like, you know, I can't talk about it on YouTube, but um violated, extremely violated, and they witnessed it and they didn't do anything. Now the Stefans are claiming innocence and saying that no party or any of those things has ever taken place in their property or their place, which I call bullshit. I call bullshit, like bullshit. Call it bullshit, big time. Um, I definitely see the Stefans, especially the what's his name, Emilio Stefan. What's his Emilio? I forgot his name. I really don't care. I just know that he likes guys, allegedly. Um, I think Gloria and him had a battle, a little fight before. They had a really big argument before because he wasn't really paying attention to her, and he was always out, in those parties, and he was messing around with young men, allegedly. And I see them bumping. I see them fluffy bumping and doing a lot of things like pretty disgusting. And he was good friends with Diddy, for sure. Good friends with Diddy. Yeah, all those people, Ashton Kutcher. Remember, they had a lot of young kids in those parties. These, like the children, they had underage minors, and they lathered them up with that baby oil with the medicine, and it kind of like induces them. It makes them loose. You know what I mean? It's like it's like drinking some goose. Drinking some Grey Goose and make you loose like a goose. Well, I think a lot of that took place, and I think a lot of medicine were pumped into those baby bottles to have these individuals seduced to the point that they fall out unconsciously, like they get violated while they're unconscious. That's some heavy stuff. That's crazy. It is. And I see all this, I could see it. I see, like, the family is disgusting. His children, I mean, the twins are okay. The sons, mm-mm. Especially the one that kind of looks like him. I guess like the prince. The I guess it's his mini me. He's horrible. He's horrible. He's just like his father. Probably almost worse. You know, very opportunistic. Bad. The Diddy's mom, she's another freak. She's another, like, what a role model, right? Your grandma. She's a super freak. Super freak. You know, but it's not gonna be good for Diddy. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not gonna be good for him, and all the ones that are gonna be having to go to court. It's not gonna be good for them. It's a very big black eye, and I'm telling you right now, Diddy's not gonna go down alone. He's not gonna go down alone. He's not. He'll rat you out. He don't care. At this point, his life is fucked. So he's gonna be like, all right, since I'm going down, this ship is not going down alone. I'm not the only one going to be on this ship alone. I'm bringing everyone down, producers, directors, A-listers. All these people are coming down with me. All of them. And I feel bad for the victims because, like, Bieber, he's a victim. You know what I mean? You gotta understand, what did they brainwashed him with? You know what I mean? What did they threaten? They must have threatened him. They must have said something to him and says, "Listen, if you say something, you kiss your whole career goodbye. You kiss your life goodbye. You kiss your wife goodbye. Your kid, that's not even gonna be your kid because we'll kill his ass too." Like it's like, I'm pretty sure allegedly that's what they did to him, and that's why he's acting the way he is, and he's giving me like the Michael Jackson vibes, like how Michael was like, he got like that, and he got like frail, and he got like, because they were pumping him with all this bullshit medicine and stuff, and like I feel like that's how Justin is going, and he's only 31. I mean, when I was 31, man, I was so fucking active. I had 2 jobs. I was, man, come on. And he's 31 and he's acting like he's 50. Like he's in his late 50s. He looks like it. It's like creepy. Yep. Yeah, yeah. Mary Wins. The skin, because I like I said, I use medication. I have, let's see, I have a bottle right here. Right. So this here, you apply it, and you use 1 to 2 pumps, which equals to 1 to 2 grams. And this has, I think it has like 12, I think it's like 12 different medications in this bottle. And this is prescribed to me by my doctor. They make this. There's a medicine that they make. It has like a lot of strong medicine in this. And let me tell you, when I put it in on my neck, or anywhere I have pain, my pain is eliminated like fast. The only thing I don't like about it is that it feels a little sticky because you put it on. So it's kind of like, you have that cream on you, and it's like it stays there. And yeah, the medicine penetrates. It goes through your pores, and that's how the medicine is distributed into the system. You know, um, there's medicines that, it's they just have to, they rub it on you. They rub it on, like on your hand and stuff, and you just come, like, you come seduced to it, and then someone comes and be like, "Hey, you want to talk, whatever," and they're like, "Yeah, oh, sure, let's talk," and they're just fucked up because they're drugged up, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And I think in those Diddy parties, a lot of that was going on. That's why the bottles, they had so many bottles, but those bottles just only they're not stupid. They're not going to put all that medicine in those bottles already and just have it there. Like, that makes no sense. You put the medicine in when you're going to use it. So when they gonna use the bottle, they come with a syringe, and they pump it into the the baby oil. They shake it up, and then it's ready to use. And that's why they always wanted to use these baby oils, that they were fanatics of it, because it's the easiest way to penetrate medicine into your skin is through your pores. Yep. Yeah, I heard about that stuff, Mary Wins, about the Diddy and Justin. It's disgusting. It's like, and MDMA. Yeah, I know that MDMA. There's medicines that it's like, you remember those Listerine strips that you put in your mouth, and it's just like a little. It's well, what Diddy used to do was acid and all these drugs. So it's a little thing, and you put it in your tongue, and that's it. That's all it takes, and it hits your system so strong that a lot of them will pass out, and a lot of these individuals, guys, and females, will take advantage of whoever was out and stuff. There's videos of it. That's the thing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of incriminating videos that they have, and they're not they you got to protect the individuals in the videos. It's just like the Epstein. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, how come they haven't released the Epstein's files and stuff? It's like, well, if you was to see what was on those videos and the people that were violating on those videos, it's very hard to watch when you have presidents, and you have princes and well, prince and princesses involved in this. I'll call it a sex ring. It's and then the things that the Epstein stuff is, everything was recorded. Everything was recorded. Same with Diddy. Everything was recorded, and all that was put in a database, and the feds know. They know what the information is. They have it. They know. They just have to go through this trial for the embarrassment. This is the embarrassment, like, shame on you trial. And yeah, I mean, they still got 6 more weeks. That's a lot. That's a lot of time. 6 weeks. I'm like, damn, 8-week case, 8-week, like, that's a lot. That's 2 months. Like, they still got a month and a half to go. Oh man, that's gonna be, What was the one that they had today? That they call him. What was his name? What was his name? Hold on, let me see. I saw it on TMZ. I was like, what the hell? What was the name of the guy? He was the Punisher. The Punisher. Like, and then the guy looks horrible. Like, I'm like, none of these guys look attractive. Like, what happened? Like, the sexy ones were off that day or something? Because you got, like, the rejects. They look horrible. I'm like, ew. That's the agency that you got, and those are the guys that they have. What? That's, I don't know. I think that's a cover. I think there's more to it. That, I don't think those are all the guys. They had to been better looking guys. I'm telling you, they look like the rejects. But Obama, he had X. Diddy had like Obama's face on ecstasy pill, and that he used to take, and he would always ask for the Obama. Like, that was weird. But I heard that Cassie's mom's gonna testify also. So she's gonna say, like, her side of what her daughter was telling her and what she witnessed and experienced. So yeah, This is like a shame thing that they're doing to Diddy. Just like giving him the shame. Yeah. I think Jeff Bezos is a fucking creep. I think that dude is so like he's rubbing on what's his Lauren's butt while on a super yacht in south of France. Like the girl's not even wearing like much of anything. She has like a G string on. They had to blur out her backside because she's technically almost naked. And he's there rubbing on her ass. And of course they're gonna take that picture because why not, right? That's for the tabloids. They're working the media. So I think Jeff Bezos is a clown, and not only that, but he's a dangerous person. He's very dangerous. They think Elon's dangerous. Jeff Bezos is fucking very dangerous. He has a lot of money too, and he's just a really creepy individual. That's all I gotta say. I don't trust the mofo. I don't trust the mofo at all. Denzel was supposed to be a good guy. Mel Gibson, Ashton Kutcher was fake because he attended the parties. Yeah, I mean, Ashton Kutcher was, and Denzel was in a lot of those parties too. Yeah, I mean, Justin could really like if he really wanted to hammer down Diddy and never have Diddy ever see the light of day. Man, if he was to testify and say that he got the M word by Diddy when he was young, oh, this would be, that's it. That's like the end. The end. What a fall from grace, right? All in front of Trump. That's like everything that's happening is like the light is shining on everyone, and who's sincere. The light is being shined on the ones, and Trump is watching, and Trump knows. Trump knows everything. He knows everything. He knows Diddy, and the way Diddy talked about him, saying that like men like Trump are very dangerous men, and they need to be put out. I think Diddy needs to be investigated for that interview where he said that. I don't know if he was ever investigated for that, but I'm sure if people was to make us think about it and bring it right back up and bring it up to Trump, I'm sure they could get him on that too. Saying that people that like Trump are real dangerous and they need to be put out. And then you have Comey writing that 8647 on the beach because he so happens to walk upon it and didn't know what 86 meant, and then 47. Why would you take that picture if you didn't know what that meant? Don't play stupid. Come on, man. Like, you're not like, why would you take a picture? Oh, because of the shells, it looked nice because it had 86 47. Like, you thought that was a cute formation of shells that you had to take a picture of it and post it on your Instagram so the world could see. Does that make any sense? I mean, it's time. It's time. It's time. Make accountability great again. We need MAGA. We need the MAGA. We need make accountability great again. because there's people that are they don't respect, for one. Two, they get to do whatever they want without consequences, like Letitia James. Um, like everyone's gonna be shined upon. They will get in trouble. They will have to go through the system, and they will lose their jobs. I could see like the Letitia James. I could astral project, right? And I could see and feel her nerves. I could see that she knows she's in the wrong and she knows she's in trouble. New York is just having a hard time right now because they need to search for a new AG, and that's not easy to do. So right now it's kind of like leave her here for as long as possible, and we'll have something in the background, to grab someone and make AG of New York and try to move on away from her, because she was a plant. She was kind of like an agent that they installed in New York and had her run because she wanted to get Trump, and she really hammered down that she did not like Trump, and she really wanted to get him at all costs, and drew up this fabulous stupid case against Trump that made no sense at all, but the system really worked against Trump. And it was a democratic system, and you could tell. The judge was his daughter, who works for freaking Kamala Harris. She's part of the DNC, and he's a donor to the DNC too. And it's like, okay, great. This is not going to be fair. How is this going to be fair? How is this neutral? If Lady Justice is not blind, she's watching everything, and not, it's not fair. So now the turnaround with this, with Letitia James, is that this case is out of Virginia. It's not out of Washington, D.C. It's not out of New York. This is out of Virginia. And they already formed like this case against her, and she's in deep shit. She knows she's in deep shit, and she tried to gaslight everyone. Like, gaslighting is gonna work. I mean, gaslighting worked for the past 4 years with Biden, but those days are gone. There's no more gaslight anymore. This is the fire now, and you're in trouble. When you're gonna go down in history as the most corrupt AG of New York's history. And mark my words, she is going to shit herself, because she's going to lose everything. She's going to lose everything. And her big mouth and all that attention and cameras, they're not going to be shining on you anymore. After this, it's over. It's over for her. She's going to be gone. She's going to be done. She's going to be an afterthought. Her corruption runs very deep, and it has a lot of fingers, a lot of hands tied into it. Remember, she came from this pristine college called Harvard. I wonder who went to that school. Obama? A lot of crooked individuals come from these schools, and they're put out into the world, and they're put out with an agenda. And the fact that they really went hard on Trump really made me more convinced that the 2020, it was all fucked up. So can't talk about it so much because YouTube is still sensitive about it. I wish Trump has the strength to censor YouTube, and actually not censor them, but fine them because of their censoring of the voice of the people. I don't think any platform should be censoring anybody. Um, but you know, it's YouTube, right? So it's bullshit. Yeah, Mary wins. I know about the oils because I knew about the oils and creams and all that stuff for a long time. I wear a patch for pain. So, like, I'll show you. Like this patch right here, it goes through my skin. Like, you can see the patch right there. So that's a pain patch that I wear, and this penetrates my skin. And this is a week. This right here is 1 week's worth of medicine. And all I do is just leave that patch there, and the medicine it goes through my skin, and it lasts for 7 days. So I know that creams and medicines, like you could, like I knew this since I was what, I was young because I used to get fentanyl patches because I had my neck surgery on it, and my doctor put me on fentanyl. And they put me on these patches that were really strong, really fucking strong, to the point like I put the patch on, and well, I have to be home to put the patch. So I put the patch on, and in about 10 minutes, I say the 10 minutes max, I need to take a nap. I need to go to sleep because the medicine is so strong that penetrates, that puts me to sleep. And I would be out for hours. And then when I wake up feeling good, and then I don't feel that much pain anymore because the medicine's working. And anytime that I needed like extra medicine to be pumped through me, all I had to do was rub it. So when I rubbed and it was a gel inside of it. So all I had to do was go like this and rub the medicine because I had it on my chest. So I would go like this, and the medicine would penetrate, and I would feel relief. Like, so I know this medicine exists, that they mix it in with the baby oil, and that's why they had these like rub downs. They would get these strippers, and they would call him over, and they wanted to get rubbed down. Like he would have, well, not really him because he would get rubbed down another way, but he would have Cassie do all this stuff with the escort, whatever, and then he would be in the corner with his Tootsie Roll. And it's very disgusting. You know, even the vision of just even envisioning him over there, him wearing a bandana on his face, covering his face, pretty much like this, and then talking like, yeah, you know, put that baby oil on, and this and that. And, you know, it's just fucking weird. He's so weird. And that was a church boy. He was a church boy. He grew up in the church. And then they got to him. They got to him, and the money, you know, the fame, the endless reach of individuals went to the head. Went to the head, and it's gonna be a great downfall. It's the downfall of the diddler. He's going down, and I'm glad that I'm alive to witness this because I don't like Diddy. I always felt in my heart, I knew in my heart that he had something to do with Biggie's death. I never let that go. I really like Biggie as an artist. I didn't agree with a lot of things that he has done as far as a person. Um, but you could tell he was trying to rebound from that and make himself a better person. And jealousy got in the way. And I have a feeling, and I know Big Diddy had a thing to do with that. He took over the empire and he made it all about him. And he got so powerful that he thought he was invisible, that he could do whatever he want without consequences. Not good. Not good. But yeah, I take medication for my diabetes. I take what's it called? Ozempic. I take Ozempic, and it works so well with me that I don't have to take my metformin anymore. Because my A1C dropped by like a whole point because of Ozempic. So I don't have to take metformin anymore. So all I have to do is inject myself once a week, 1 inch from my belly button, left or right. It's good to alternate. Like if I stab myself this week on the left, next week will be on the right, and then the next week after that will be on the left. So you alternate, and you have to do it like 1 inch from the belly button to the side, clean the area, and then that's the area you inject. And I've been on that now for over a year. On Ozempic, and it's really helped my numbers. It really dropped down my A1C numbers, and I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, well, Diddy, his handlers were very controlling, and I'll tell you right now, there's a lot more victims. I'm surprised 8 weeks is not enough for decades of victims, and a lot of victims are not alive. A lot of them are dead, and a lot of them they put down. There's a lot of skeletons in that closet, and Diddy knows where the bodies are. He does. He's guilty. They got him. They knew they were going to get him with something, and they got him. And I tell you right now, it's very hard, very, 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 very hard to win a RICO case. You see, they try to run that RICO case on Trump, and you see what happened. It didn't even work because they didn't even take off from the corruption with Fannie Willis, with Nathan Wade. They were fluffy bumping. And that was a fucking mess. That's another mess that's going on. It's pretty quiet. You don't hear much that's coming out of Fulton County, but that's a whole different story. That's so comical to the fact that I know for a fact Georgia was manipulated in 2020. I know that the election was very manipulated, allegedly. So yeah, but I'm happy that we got him back in, and got him back in the office, and he's working double as hard for us. He's working double, to make up for the past 4 years of this incompetent president, this Weekend at Bernie's president that we had. But I used to wear the fentanyl patch. Yeah, I used to wear the fentanyl patch. Now I use a different patch. It's kind of like the fentanyl patch, but it has a lot of breakthrough medication, so it helps throughout the day, and it lasts a week. And this medicine really, it's see with fentanyl, with the fentanyl patch, it used to burn my skin. It was so strong, it would burn my skin. And then like I always alternated spots, so I always have 4 places to put it. As out of my arms, I got the left or the right, and then up on the chest, on the upper chest here, you got the left and the right. So those are the areas where you could put those patches. So when I used to put it on me, it really burned my skin. Like this medicine was so strong, it would like eat up my skin. And then I'll have like it'll be red. It'd be like it would hurt. Because it will peel the skin. It would like it eats the skin. It was just a weird medication. At least for me, it really didn't do good for me. Well, as far as strong and strength, yes, it worked. It was very good. Like, but the fact that it would like mess up my skin and leave me marks, like the shape of the patch would be marked on my skin for like weeks. I didn't like that. So yeah, but I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I'm getting tired. But let's give it another few more minutes. Give it another let's say 2 more minutes, and I'll be out of here. Get to wrap up the show. I'll be back on tomorrow. Probably do a early show, maybe. I'm not sure because I'm getting off here a little late again. I always say I'm gonna get off a certain time. I never do. I always go a little over, but it's okay. It's good to be back. I'm working my way back little by little. But I gotta see tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'll be able to do something in the morning and something in the afternoon. If I have the energy, because in the morning I'm having a hard time because I wake up at 6 in the morning and I try to stay up, but it's hard and I get so tired. And I fall back to sleep like I'm yawning. I hope that's like it's infectious, so you guys are getting infected with my yawning and you're feeling very sleepy now. Get ready, go to sleep. For those that are rewatching, thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. Definitely. Let me see here. My apartment to get the mail and it was 110, so I went back in and the AC was on. Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, I mean, the problem like with the patches is like it does put you to sleep. Every single time I used to put a fentanyl patch because I had the strongest level one. I have a box somewhere. I have it put away, but I had like the strong patch, and every single time I put that patch on, I would go to sleep. I would go to sleep. I had to. I knew when I put the patch on, I had 10 minutes. And then what I used to do is when I fall asleep, I used to put it on my chest, right? So I had it in my chest, and then when I used to fall asleep, I used to put my hand on my chest. So like I would lay down and I have like my arm pushing against my chest like that, and I have a pillow. So I have pillows around, so I was always comfortable. So I fall asleep like that, holding on to my chest, and then when I wake up, I felt like Popeye. It was like dun, 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 dun. I was like, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready to go. I was like, I felt good. I was like, I don't feel no pain. I'm feeling good. You know, it was like, it was weird. That medicine was, it really killed the pain. But when it wore out, you know, you're coming down to the end of the patch, you would feel the pain come back, and then you would feel miserable, and you would be like, "Oh man, I gotta change this patch," but you gotta wait until because you have to do it every single. Like for my patches is every week now, so I put it on every Wednesday. So tomorrow I get to switch this patch out because tonight is the last night. Today's the last day of this patch being on me. And it's time because I need to replace this because it's already starting to come off my skin a little bit. So I already know it's time to change. And tomorrow I'll put on the new patch and I stab myself with the Ozempic. And yeah, I'm a product of the freaking pharmaceutical. But sometimes, pharmaceuticals could be helpful. Um, it's kind of like an easy way out, right? It's not really easy at all, especially dealing with the pains and strains and that I go through on a daily basis. It's painful. I'm thinking about joining the pool. Actually, I'm thinking about joining um, to be able to go to the pool because if I join the membership at the facility where I do my aquatic therapy at, they do sell like monthly memberships that I could go there and I could go unlimited times during the month of purchase because I could purchase 6 months. It would be good for the summer and the fall. And then I'll skip the winter because I ain't going nowhere in the winter. It'd be cold, and yeah, it'd be nice to go in the pool and everything and so forth. But the sorry part about it is having to wear all the winter clothing and having to walk out, and then it's fucking cold, and it's like, and it's snowing. That's another layer of bullshit to deal with. Well, up here, that's the deal with the Northeast. Like we've gotten lucky the past like 3 years that our winters were very minimal, very very minimal winter. So there's going to be a year we're gonna get our ass kicked, and I think this year might be the year that the next cycle. It's gonna be the cycle of craziness. To be honest, Biggie and Tupac. Yeah, Biggie and Tupac were two of my favorite artists. They try to make a story that there's beef between both of them. They actually were good friends. It's just media that's like the beginning stages of like media, and they're the ones that drew this craziness. And I tell you, I am sure, 100% sure, allegedly, Diddy has something to do with it, with both of them. I don't trust them. Thank you. I look good, but I feel like shit. I was gone a year. I took a whole year off. Time flew by. In that 1 year. And I changed it up. If you look from last year's to this year's, you see the difference of everything already. The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a cat tree here. So there's gonna be a cat tree, and my cats are gonna be on that tree, so I can bring their energy onto the show, which will be great. I think it'll be great energy for those that are, and good visuals, because I think I have one of the best visuals in YouTube. I think I have one of the best desks in YouTube, hands down. I think one of the best desks. Well put together items from my travels, and things that I've gotten also throughout the years are here in front of me. And put a lot of work. If you put me on a big screen and you open it up real big, you get to see like the details of the desk, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Put a lot of heart and soul into this, and it looks great. Like I'm looking at it right now. It looks so great. But I'm doing well now. My first show, I discussed what I was going through and what I'm fighting, um, which is okay. It's just don't like talking about it too much, but I did talk about it on the first show. So if you want to go back to that show, you can watch it. It's a good show, but I got a long road ahead of me too. So I'm still going. I have to have a couple of more surgeries and a couple of procedures, and but I'm not gonna let it slow me down. I got a lot of things I would like to do, and I want to try to get it done this year. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But for right now, I'm in good spirits. I'm keeping up, and I'm trying to get back into this again. And I know being away for so long, and I fell off the cycle, so not a lot of people will show up in the beginning because it's like starting over, And then once I start showing up in their cycles again, and then they'll come again. People will come again. It's fine. I don't want a lot of people. I don't want a lot. I just some is fine. I don't need like 1,000 people in my chat. Like I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to like have too many people in my chat. It's like I can't control that, but I wouldn't want too many. It's just too much energy, And then if I bring someone up here and do what I do, that's always interesting. It's always fun. I like it. I love like doing readings and reading people and sharing messages and stuff like that. To me, that's fun. I really enjoy like passing along information. Really good at it. Sometimes too good, I feel. But it's a gift, and I try to take advantage of it as much as possible. But with that said, I'm done. I'm tired. You guys have a good night. Thank you, Mary Winds and Albie and Terry that was here earlier, and those who stopped by, thank you very much. Those who are rewatching, thank you again very much for watching. I turned 1 hour to an hour and like 50 minutes. So you got double the pleasure from me today again. It's like Rick says an hour. He runs on Puerto Rican time. That means 2 hours. He goes extra. And it's just because time flies. And when I'm talking, I'm talking. So with that said, thank you again for watching. And I'll be on tomorrow. I'm going to do a test again. I'm going to do like a morning test just to see who comes through in the morning. It's just like fishing. I'm just going to name it like that. It's just like fishing, and see who comes through. And then I'll do the show again in the evening time. I was trying to do a little bit more earlier to be more suitable for others, but definitely going to do it again. So thank you, Mary Winds, for the conversation today. You're great on the chat. I truly appreciate it. And I'll catch everybody on the flip side. Have a good night, a good day, and a good morning wherever you're at. I'm done. Good night.